Hi everybody. In this video I'm gonna show you how I did set up my game and also how I tweaked the file in my documents folder to get the most sharpened image possible in Automobilista 2. I'm gonna show you the graphics I use in the VR headset, but I'm not fire up the VR game. I'm gonna fire up the game in my desktop only to be easier to show you. And later on, I'm going to show you how I did tweak it, the game, in order to have the best image quality possible without impacting the performance too much. Alright, so I'm gonna open up the game now. And keep in mind, if you didn't open up your game yet, do that in VR so the game can generate the file we are going to use to tweak. The system I have is a 7700K processor and a 1080 Ti video card. Under options, performance. Those are the parameters I use in VR. Texture resolution high and isotropic filtering 16 times, VSync turned off, MSAA high, reflections high, environment map low, because environment map is a parameter that consumes too much power from your GPU, and reflections on high because I would like to see the reflections with a better resolution than medium or low, and this makes much easier to see the water on the surface, especially if you drive on the rain. Car detail high, track detail high, pit crew detail all, and shadow detail ultra. I turned off the enhanced mirror because it consumes a lot of GPU power also. Motion blur off because the VR headset doesn't use it very good. Render frames ahead only one, because if you increase this you're gonna have a bigger latency on your game. Detailed grass, particle level and particle density on low. This is the best settings I have found so far. It delivers a very good image quality and performance, considering I am running the hardware I told you. If you have a lower spec hardware, probably you have to reduce the reflections a bit and the MSAA to median. Probably those two are the most expensive parameters in the game. In my visual effects tab, I turned on the post-processing and I choose all the other parameters here. I think the bloom is the one that impacts the most the GPU, so I turned it off. It's like a glow in the parts of the buildings and road. It's like a glow. I really don't need this. The exposure compensation I turned to 0.9 because it makes the contrast of the image a little bit better, in my opinion. All the other ones here, I didn't feel any impact in the performance, so I keep them on. I only turned off the vignette because it's like a dark circle around the edges of the screen, and I really don't like it. Okay, now that you tweaked your game and set the performance and visual effects, I'm gonna show you how to tweak the file in the My Documents folder to make the graphics even better. And I mean it, it's much better. You go to your documents folder and Automobilista 2 game. If you open up your game in VR on Steam, it will generate this config file here. You open with the notepad, and there you go. If you drop down here, we are going to tweak those 4 parameters here. The first one is the VR super sampling, and setting this to 2 is like you set up the pixel density to 1.2 instead 1.0. So if you have a best VGA card than mine, you can try to increase this number. 3 represents 1.3 pixel density, 4 represents 1.4, and so on. If you have a lower VGA card, you can drop this to 1 or even keep it to 0 if you have performance loss. So we are going to keep it at 2, right? The sharpening strength probably is 0.09 if I remember well. But I'm gonna put 1.0, and there are 6 digits 0 here. The sharpening clamp, I'm gonna set 0.090000, 4 zeros behind the 9. And the offset bias 1.00000. There are 6 zeros after the 1. And that's it. You save the file, enter the game, and see how much sharpened and clear the image is. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you next time.